Hey there YouTube, Love to Boat 92 here. Thought you guys might like to see the $40 track drive snowblower.
I thought this was kind of a neat clip here. Watching the snow go in front of the camera as I'm blowing the snow, and you can sort of hear almost every engine revolution. This was as slow as I could get the clips to go. I think this was 0.125, so whatever that means for the speed. And of course you can see him also walking really slow too. I don't know, I just thought this was kind of a neat clip and figured I'd put it in. I almost knocked over the camera doing that with blowing the snow next to it or right in front of it. I wasn't really expecting it, but fortunately it didn't fall over, so I guess that's all good. If this clip turns out good in the YouTube video, I'll just leave this in. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to do some more editing on the YouTube, I guess their video editor. I don't really use it, so I'll have to figure that out.
So I've been wanting to shoot this video for, probably, I don't know, a year or two now. Finally getting around to doing it. And we finally have the perfect weather to shoot this video so you guys could see that my $40 track drive Yardman snowblower will actually blow snow. So I picked this up probably, I don't know, a few years ago, and it's an older snowblower, but it is track drive nonetheless. Whenever I got it, it was amongst a whole bunch of other stuff for sale. I bought this thing in the middle of summer. I was out there bidding in like shorts and short sleeves, and I mean it was it was kind of funny. You know, I'm thinking about a snowblower in the middle of summer. So the guys at the auction fired this machine up. It started on the very first pull, and I thought to myself, oh gee, you know, that's something I could use. And here it wouldn't move under its own power. It would move a little bit and then that was it. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's weird. I wonder what that could be. So I bid on it, and I mean, we started out at, I don't know, $100, and then it went down to like 10, and then it went up to 40. And then I was the last person to bid on it, so I was like, sweet! I just scored myself a few $100 snowblower, and I brought it back, and I kid you not, it started on the very first pull. I was shocked, absolutely shocked. The reason it was so cheap is I hope you guys can see this. So see the axle that comes out here? And you see all the snow around it? This machine was either it sat out or something, and it eventually water got in there and then rusted it solid, and I had a devil of a time trying to get this machine to work, but I eventually did. I think I spent an afternoon just going over this thing and fixing it. I had to tighten up the recoil mechanism. The handle here was like flopped out, and I was like, well, I'm not going to put up with that. So all the cables were okay. I had to adjust this lever here to put for the drive. So this is the chute control. This is to make the snow go up or down, however far you want it. It has 6 forward speeds and 2 reverse. And this is the drive control. So, you know, if I want to stop it from moving, I can do that, obviously. Now, a cool feature that this machine has, well, one that I wish it had, there's two things. It has steering brakes, so I can press this little lever here, and it will disengage this side, the left side, so it'll turn to the left. You know, kind of like on the old, I don't know, the old Caterpillars, you disengage one side, and it would be disengaged, and then you'd have a brake further on, but this doesn't have a brake, it just has I guess a steering clutch, sort of. But it disengages the track, and then it'll turn, and it has two of them, and believe it or not, they both worked flawlessly. They worked fine. So it has I think this is a 1-gallon gas tank. I think I'm still running the original spark plug here, and I changed the oil in it. This is the choke. Of course, there's a key. This is a Tecumseh Snow King. Yeah, Tecumseh Snow King motor. And there's a primer bulb here, and there's the throttle. There's the idle, off, and then wide open. This thing sort of drifts down a little. I might replace that at some point. I changed the oil. I put all new belts on it. The funny thing was, the previous owner that had this thing, I kid you not, I think they were the original belts from, I don't know, I think in the 80s that this thing was made. Or I don't think the 70s. It's either like 80s or 90s or maybe even into the 2000s, but I kind of think it's in the 80s or 90s that this thing was made. But they wore the belts down so thin, I'm not kidding, it was almost half the thickness of what they were to start with. These are a 1/2-inch belt, and I think they were a hair over a 1/4 inch, them just wearing away. So this machine's had, I think it's had quite a bit of use on it, and I really am thrilled to have the track drive system. This has this little lever here. I hope you guys can see this. Yeah, the lever right here. It has 3 modes. So you have pack, snow, normal, and transport. We have a bunch of gravel driveways around here, so I use it in the transport position, and it hardly ever moves. It'll move some gravel, but not like plowing. Plowing moves way more gravel. The electric start even works on it. You know, you plug the cord in and hit the button, and off she goes. The turn thing, to turn the chute here, that works. The rod is bent a little here. I may fix that at some point. But it has a 7 horsepower Tecumseh Snow King engine on it, and I did not have to do anything to the engine whatsoever aside from change the oil. These motors did not have there's no air filtration on this thing. I would like to put one on. The carburetor's right underneath here. I had to fix now that I remember this, I had to fix the cable on this. It would only work one way, I think. So I eventually fixed that up. And of course the auger system here. This is quite a big opening. It's there's my hand, and you're not even seeing all of it. So this thing it's got 24-inch swath that it'll blow, and 7 horsepower, like I said before. I did repaint all the green on this. This chute in here was getting sort of rusty, and the metal on these snowblowers, they're not the thickest. So if you start to see rust and stuff happening on yours or someone that's try to get them or yourself, somebody, to paint that, and that'll extend the life of the chute on these. When you get into the salt and stuff, oh man, salt is so hard on things. So I think that's about all I have to say. But yeah, everything works on it, and the good deals are out there. Don't let anybody tell you that they're not. You have to find the right auctioneer that's selling stuff, and buy stuff in the off season. So buy lawn equipment in the middle of winter, and buy snow blowers and stuff in the middle of summer, in the off season, when they're not going to get a lot of money for them. So I figured you guys might like to see this. So let's, without further ado, let's blow some snow. I'm sure some of you are chomping at the bit to see this $40 track drive snowblower work. Pretty sweet, I think. I apologize, the video is, snowblower is a little dark there, but the snow is making the camera go funky.
So I live in western Pennsylvania, and we had like one really huge snow, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I don't know, we got like 8 or 10 inches of snow, and then, see if I remember correctly, that all melted, and then we got a little bit more snow, and then super cold temperatures. The coldest I've seen it here in a long time, which was the past few days, probably a little longer than that. The morning it was -12 or -15 degrees Fahrenheit, and with the wind chill, feels like temperature was -25 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was really, really bitter cold. We had some frozen pipes I had to deal with. Was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And we got that all figured out and warmed up. But here's that clip again there. With that, I slowed down, blowing the snow onto the camera. And some of these clips I've fast-forwarded a lot, and some of them I've slowed down a lot. So they're not... I think this one here is normal. Yeah. Here I'm just demonstrating the turning capabilities with those fingertip controls, and this thing spins pretty good. I really like this little machine. I'm pretty happy with it. It seems to do everything that I want.
I think I flooded the engine a little. These engines can be a little funky sometimes, but it's tuned for the real cold weather, and it's about, I don't know, 30-ish degrees right now, so yeah, I think I flooded it. That's probably what I did. I pressed the primer in 3 times with it being warm, and I think I choked it too, and that was too much for it. But I'll tell you, the deals are out there, so you guys are looking for a snowblower, go to those auctions and stuff, and especially the auctioneers that don't have a huge following. Once they get a huge following, the prices skyrocket, and there's really no more good deals to be had, unless it's in really bad condition. And one more little thing. Even the light works. I think I have like, I don't know, somewhere's around, I think I have like 20 or 25 bucks in belts for this thing. It has, I think it's 2 auger belts and 1 drive belt, if I remember correctly, and the friction disc and stuff inside the bottom were fine, so I lucked out on this thing. Pretty cool.
This snow that I was blowing today is a snow that's really, really heavy. It was really good snowball snow. And the snow that's left behind from the plow as I'm snow blowing, it almost stalled this 7 horsepower motor. I was kind of surprised. A lot of weight and really heavy stuff.
Hope everyone enjoyed my $40 track drive snowblower. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next video or live stream.